Um, I'm having a few issues here um, with inviting people to this live. So hopefully you're seeing this on the group homepage, and we're just going to go ahead and just dive right in. So first of all, I want to welcome you all to the Beat Your Anxiety group. This is the group for people who have been struggling with anxiety for most of their lives. If you're in this group, you probably have anxiety showing up in one or more places in your life. And you've probably gone down the route of prescription drugs and therapy, and maybe you're trying some like meditation tools or apps, YouTube videos, things like that. And you find yourself really not seeing results. You know, this is why I put this group together, is so that if you've gone down this path and you've gotten all these tools and tips and strategies and techniques and find that you're using them but nothing's really changing, right? Like do you find that your therapist is giving you tools and techniques but nothing's really changing, right? And so this group is really dedicated to helping you fill in the gaps. Like, what's the difference? Like, what's missing? If you're doing therapy, if you're doing prescription drugs, what's missing so that you can start to see actual change, right? What's missing so that things around you are changing? Your bank account's changing. Your relationships are changing. Your health, the scale is changing, right? What's missing so that you're actually seeing results? And that's where I find a lot of people kind of are not paying attention. Like they're doing, are you doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result, but seeing that nothing's changed? Like, have you been doing 5 years of therapy to see really nothing? Are your relationships better? Are your habits better? Right? Like start to actually look at your life. Are things actually changing around you? And that should be all the validation you need for, is this thing working? Right? Is this tool or is this strategy working? So today I'm going to talk about self-respect, because what I hear a lot of people, including my own clients, complain is that you're not getting respect in your relationships. Maybe it's in your marriage, maybe you're out there in the dating world, the dating community, or you run a business. Maybe you're not getting respect from your clients or from your colleagues or at work, right? Or if you're doing sales calls, you're not getting respect on sales calls from people aren't being straightforward with you. Or maybe you have friends promising things and they don't follow through. Or maybe you have clients promising things and they don't follow through. I remember one of my biggest complaints was like, nobody respects me. But what I eventually found was it was because I wasn't respecting myself. And that's really the core root of this problem. So I'm going to talk about today, we're going to talk about 5 ways in which you can start to get respect from others. But this is not going to be by raising your voice, slamming doors, taking on more responsibility that's not yours, doing things out of spite, being angry. These things will never get you respect. Start to notice this right now, that yelling and screaming, and basically notice how acting like a child will never bring you respect. You see, like, can you see how raising your voice or having a temper tantrum is counterintuitive to getting respect? If you're on this call, if you're watching, if this is resonating with you, put me in the chat. And I'm just gonna get more people. I think, okay. So the first way you can start to get more respect from others, the first way And this was one thing I struggled with, and it was a subconscious behavior that I learned in my childhood. Is, do you apologize for things? Do you apologize for things that are not your responsibility? How often do you say, I'm sorry for things that are not your fault? Right? So here's one way to start to get respect from others is stop apologizing for things that are not yours, that are not your responsibility. Often I see, and this is something that happens so quickly, is, think about the elevator situation. Like when an elevator door opens, what's ritualistic is to have that person exit the elevator first, and then the people get in the elevator, right? But I see people apologizing for being on an elevator. Do you apologize for being in an elevator for needing to get off the elevator when it's your floor? Or do you apologize for like holding up a line at the store? Or you feel bad about taking up time or space or energy? And we talked about this in the last video earlier this week on Monday. Go check it out if you missed it. But when it's really appropriate to apologize is really just a couple times. When it's appropriate, when you've hurt someone intentionally or unintentionally, or if someone's had a loss. So if someone's had a loss, there's really those are really just the only times it's really appropriate to apologize. Like, stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop apologizing for being in a line, like for being at the front of a line or for checking out at the store. Stop apologizing for your emotions. Oftentimes we apologize for our emotions. You know how many clients I have apologized for crying in sessions. And guess what? The premise here is that you're wrong for your emotions, and that's a belief there that I shouldn't be showing my emotions, or I'm wrong for my emotions, and we're not going to go too deep into beliefs here today. But if you find yourself apologizing for your emotions, stop. So this is one way you can start to get respect from others. Again, you have to start with inside yourself. Is, how am I going to get respect from others? You start to respect yourself. And the first way is by stop apologizing for things. For existing. Stop apologizing for existing. The next way, if you want respect from others, is to keep your promises. These are what I'm hitting here today are the 5 biggest ones, the 5 biggest reasons I see why clients show up in my office and they're wondering why they don't get respect from others. Is, you don't hold your promises. You don't keep your promises. You don't follow through when you tell people something. Like maybe, maybe you run a business, maybe you have clients, and you find your clients don't follow through on things. Or maybe you don't follow through on things as a business owner, right? Or maybe if you're in a marriage, or if you're in a girlfriend-boyfriend dynamic, maybe you say you're going to call and you don't, or you're going to text and you don't, right? If you want respect from others, you got to respect yourself, integrity. So that's step number 2, keep your promises to yourself. The next one, here's a big one, and this is one I talk about often, is stop being so nice. Hopefully, for those of you watching, you tuned into the summit, you saw the summit. And the theme of the summit was to stop being so nice. Why? Because being nice will never get you respect. Being nice will never get you respect. Being nice will sub-communicate to people that you don't respect yourself. That's what that's going to communicate to people if you don't respect yourself. So stop being so nice. That's a problem. There's one of the guest speakers on the summit was Dr. Lois Frankel. She has a book called Nice Girls Just Don't Get It. She has another book called Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office. And guess what? It doesn't matter if you're a business professional, if you're a business owner, nice girls or boys do not get the corner office with the wraparound windows, right? The nice big office. Because nobody will take you seriously if you're just being nice all the time. Because nobody should be nice all the time. Nobody feels good all the time. And if you're always coming off like everything's fine all the time, nobody's going to trust you. Here's the cost of being nice all the time is other people's trust, and also being able to trust yourself that you're going to show up as what you're feeling, that you're going to express what you're feeling. So that's a big one. The next number, I think we're at number 4, is to, I would say, I like this one, to add real value. Add real value. Chances are, if you're going around, first of all, if you're not getting respect in your relationships, whether it's with your clients or with your colleagues or with your significant other or with your kids. Here's a big one. Do you not get respect from your kids? I don't know how many parents I see yelling and screaming and negotiating with their kids, and they get no respect. Their kids won't even respect them. Does this sound like you? Which one of these resonates with you? Is it your kids? Is it your significant other? Is it your own parents? Is it your business partners? Is it your clients or prospects? For those of you watching, comment below which one's resonating with you the most. And chances are this is showing up in multiple places in your life. And you will never get respect from others if you're not adding real value. If you're just asking for stuff, like if you're asking for someone's time but you aren't willing to give them yours, or if you're asking for someone's respect and you're not willing to give them yours, if you're asking for a service, right? Like you're asking for, maybe you're hiring someone, you're asking for someone for like a service for them to provide to you, but you're not willing to do the same for them. You'll never get respect from others. So what respect really comes down to is that it's something you have to earn. It's something you have to earn. Nobody is entitled to it. You will never get it acting entitled. You will never get respect acting like you deserve it for nothing. Nobody here deserves respect. You earn it. And I'll tell you, it wasn't until I realized that I was able to be free of the nonsense from other people. I realized I had to start to show up differently in order to get respect from others. It wasn't about others changing, where we blame and point the finger. It was about me changing. It's about you changing. And my final one, there's so many here, but for the 5th one, you want respect from others. If you want respect from others, here's a big one. Learn to say no. Here's a big one. If you're not getting respect from people around you, like I said, whether it's in your business, your prospecting, your clients, your significant other, again, your kids they apply here as well, or from your family, chances are you don't say no very often. Or maybe you wait for things to build up. Like you get frustrated, you feel resentful for years or months, and then finally you say no out of just sheer exhaustion. It's counterintuitive, right? Like success in life, success with this, success with respect is very counterintuitive. Because we often think, well, let me just yell. Let me just demand respect. Let me just show them how tired and exhausted I am. Right? And then I'll get respect. You will never get respect by having a temper tantrum. You will never get respect by acting like a child. You will get respect by acting like you respect yourself and others. That's where true respect, that's where people will start to shift and you'll start to get different results in your relationships, is when you show up and take yourself seriously. And here's the big one. You don't take yourself seriously. You know, I've noticed in 2021 and over the past few years, people take pride. There's a pride in not taking your life seriously. It's like people get a high off wasting their time. And it's very cultural. It's very cultural in American society to get pride out of not caring. It's like you think you look good by not caring about anything. You think it's like a protective shield that a lot of people use. Does this resonate with you? Do you pretend to not care just to protect yourself? Because I know a lot of you do. You pretend, oh, this relationship, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. Or my weight on the scale is not a big deal. Right? Or the fact that my friend is angry at me, or this friendship is on the rocks, doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Life is a big deal. Your relationship should be a big deal. What's in your bank account should be a big deal. I don't know how many people have a defense up about their what's in their bank account. They see their bank account, like if you're living to paycheck, do you pretend like it's not a big deal? Like, oh well, like it'll be fine, or it's just this is the way it'll always be. You will never get respect from others if you don't take yourself seriously. If you don't take your money seriously, if you don't take your time seriously, if you don't take what you have to offer seriously, you will never get respect from others. And I would say of all 5 that I mentioned here today, this is going to be the number one. This is the number one thing that's missing. And your bank account will transform. Your relationships will transform. You will magnetize such a different type of people when you start to take yourself seriously and life seriously. It's time to take life seriously now. We're all adults here. We don't live, it's not all unicorns and rainbows and sunflowers. And I'm telling you, people did not start to respect me. People did not give a shit about me. People did not give a shit about me until I started giving a shit about myself. For those of you watching, what's resonating with you right now? Put it in the comments. What is coming up for you? Where are you not respecting yourself? Where are you not respecting yourself? Is it with the value you provide as a mother, or as a wife, or as a husband, or as a father, or as an employee or a colleague? You always offer value. You have a value. And if you don't know what those things are, I have a video, how to rediscover your self-worth. That will be in my YouTube channel, so check that out. I'll drop a link to my YouTube channel here so that you can go find all that. And this is really what it comes down to. If you're here asking yourself, how do I, and here I'm going to drop, let's see if I can do this here. I'm not sure how to put comments. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'm just seeing your comments now. Apologies. I feel like I'm either too nice or too demanding. Okay, stop doing both. Stop being too nice. Stop being too demanding. What's the gray area in there, Stephanie? Definitely wait to build up too much. Yes, stop letting it build up. See that? Basically, it's stop doing what you're doing. And what's the gray area? What's the middle ground? Yep, wife and mom. I know I'm a valued employee. Great. So you know you're a valued employee. So what do you see as an employee that's missing in your as a wife and a mom? What are you not seeing? What are you getting from your colleagues and your boss that you're not getting from a husband or your children? Right? That's a question you can start to ask yourself. Being too nice will not get you respect. Being demanding will never get you respect. People will walk away from you if you demand. Because by default, if you're demanding, it means you don't deserve it. If you're demanding something, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it if you're demanding, because that's entitlement. So how do you start to get it? Yeah, feeling needed. Yep. Yeah. Maybe even feeling appreciated too, right? Chances are, if you don't feel needed, you probably don't get much appreciation from others. And so we can go into, really more about how you can start to feel more needed, get that appreciation. We have Ask Me Anything Fridays coming up this Friday. So jump in on Ask Me Anything Fridays. You will be able to ask these questions. How do I start to feel like I'm more needed in my relationships? You can ask me that on Friday. Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can get more coaching from me there. It's kind of hard to give you coaching here. Here, I'm just more giving you concepts and ideas and new insights. But yeah, so for those of you who are cooking up new questions as I'm talking here, tune in to Ask Me Anything Fridays. Do not miss this coming Friday, because this is your opportunity to get some clarity for you and also action steps to move forward. So let's review here. What are the big 5 here? Here's why you're not getting respect from either your colleagues, your clients, your prospecting, your business partners, your boss, your kids. If you're not getting respect from your kids, then something's got to change. From your husband, from your wife, from your parents, from your own parents, from your family. What's missing here for a lot of people? Let's recap here. So let's see. So the first one was to stop apologizing. Stop apologizing for things that are not yours, that are not your responsibility. Look, here's the secret, guys. People know what they're responsible for. People know it when it's their fault. Think about it. You know when things are your faults, right? And everybody's the same. So when you apologize for other people's stuff, they know now they can take advantage of you. They know now they can push things off on you. And you look weak, right? We're all animals here. We tend to one up, one down position, compare ourselves, hierarchy. And if you're taking on responsibility from others, you're going to be seen as weak. You're going to be seen as untrustworthy and of little or no value to others. So stop, Stop apologizing for things that are not yours. This is critical. Where are you apologizing for things that are not yours? Drop it in the comments. Call yourself out. Where is the time to change? What is the time to stop apologizing for, guys? We talked about this, your emotions, for what you believe in. Stop apologizing for that. For the space you take up. For the words that come out of your mouth. Unless you hurt someone, don't apologize. Unless someone's had a loss, right? A loss of a pet, a loss of a job, they've lost a friend, a family member, to a death or something, and there's sympathy involved, stop apologizing. It's not your responsibility to make others happy. Stop being too nice. That was the next one. Stop being too nice. We talked about this just a second ago, Stephanie. Stop being so nice, but also stop being demanding. What's the gray area here? What's in between there? I invite you, Stephanie, to explore that. There's a lot of really great resources on empathic communication, communicating with compassion and empathy. I would look into those things. And there's tons of stuff on YouTube, and I'll talk more about empathic communication on my YouTube channel as well. Let me see if I can drop a link here. I will do that when we're done. Doesn't look like I can drop a link here. Anyway, the next one is going to be, stop being so nice. Learn to say no, right? Learn to say no. If you don't say no, you will get trampled all over, guys. If you do not learn to say no, you are going to get run over. Because by nature, we put ourselves before anyone else. By nature, we put ourselves before anyone else. By nature, we're all selfish, and that's not a bad thing, and it's not a good thing. It's just a thing. So you need to be selfish. It's time to be selfish. There's a really great book out there called The Virtue of Selfishness. I highly recommend it. If you've been shame or guilt tripped for being selfish, yeah, that's called manipulation. So you should be acting out of selfishness, right? But not at the cost of others. And we'll talk about that more in the future. Not at the cost, and not by taking advantage of others. So learn to say no. And you can say no in a gentle way, right? You can say, hey, I've thought about this and it sounds like a great idea for you, but for me, it doesn't fit into my goals. It doesn't fit into how I want to spend my time. But I appreciate you. I appreciate the offer, right? So you can soften it. It's not about a hard no. It might be about that, but it doesn't have to be. So you can soften this as much as you want to. That's what's great about really stepping up your communication skills. You can learn to soften it. Having real value here, showing real value. What is your value? If you want more from others, give more. If you want more from others, then give more. This is it. If you want more from others, then give more. You will never get more by taking or by demanding or by manipulating. Good. Congratulations, Stephanie. Keep it up. Keep tuning in and keep sharing, and keep holding yourself accountable. Make 2022 your year. And the final one was speaking up when you're mistreated. That's another one I want to talk about is speak up when you're mistreated. That's another one people hold back on. So go back and listen to this video, and there's so many more ways. We don't have enough time to talk about them all, but speak up when you're mistreated. Learn to say no. Start to add real value. Start to give more to get more. Stop apologizing for yourself, for who you are, and for your emotions. Just stop all that altogether. And I think that was, there's a ton more. These are just some of the biggest ones, right? And the last one being to hold your promises, keep your promises with yourself and keep your promises with others, because what that will communicate to others is that you're trustworthy. So people respect others they can trust, right? You don't trust if you don't trust people, you probably don't respect them. Think about it, right? If you don't trust someone, you probably have little respect for them. See that? So go do a little audit on your life, do an audit on your habits. Where am I losing my own dignity and throwing my self-respect to the floor? What am I doing too much of and not enough of? Okay, join me for more coaching, for more insights, more clarity. If you need more action steps to move forward, if you don't know what to do, if you're like, okay, this is me, but I'm still not sure what to do, we're going to have Ask Me Anything Friday at 3 p.m. on Friday. So I don't have time to go into too much coaching here, hardly at all. But Friday, I'll have more time to talk one-on-one with you, each of you who join. So tune in Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for those of you who participated here, and thank yourself for showing up here today. You should thank yourself for showing up for yourself and taking advantage of every opportunity that's in front of you. So this is Lydia from Beat Your Anxiety. Empathy and vulnerability. Yeah, powerful tools, guys. Empathy and vulnerability, because they're so rare, and most people aren't willing to do those things, super powerful tools to connect. So we'll talk more about validation, being vulnerable, and empathy down the road. You've all given me some great ideas and helped me figure out what direction to take these lives in, so thank you. And I will see you all at Ask Me Anything on Friday. See you guys later.